Hello and welcome. My name is Esther. I am an artist, spiritualist, and a healer. And I just do these collective messages just in a way to kind of, well, connect us all because we're ultimately all here for each other. And I feel like the whole world, we're all kind of facing something. And ultimately, all we really want is peace and love and harmony and a little more ease, a little more kindness, you know? So this channel I essentially created primarily just to remind you of your light and your divinity, and just to kind of sense into what the collective energy is, and just seeing what spirit wants to say through the cards, and where it can hopefully bring you some comfort and healing and grace and also optimism. And I'm feeling a little bit giggly today. I don't know why, but perhaps it's a little bit of humor that you need again. And you just maybe need to just laugh and play and just do something silly, something light, something that kind of brings out the inner child and just kind of allows you to brighten and soften a little bit in life. You know, we're faced with so much at us that it's like, ah. And I think that ultimately we just need a little more celebration. We need music and color and dance and creativity and a little more connection with each other. Just kind of bring the energy back into a little less sorrow and intensity, right? Like, yeah, we need that. We need a little bit of like chillness. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm using the Rose Oracle, and we're going to see what it comes out here because this is a beautiful one, really heart-centered. And I feel like a lot of joy and laughter is honestly heart-centered. Who wouldn't be in their heart when they're joyful and happy, right? So let's see what the cards have to say. Collective. First and foremost, you got Sub Rosa. Hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. Wow. Okay, so this uplifted energy is actually probably what's going to lead you to what you're meant to do for your soul's work. Because this is a big deal. This is a very wise energy. And especially with the mysteries here, the learning and the teaching. So what are you wanting to learn more of, or what are you wanting to connect to, and then ultimately share that with others, right? So maybe you're finding this new kind of sense of self where you're like, actually, I'm realizing that I want something completely different, or I'm realizing that I really love this new hobby, or that this new interest or this thing that I enjoy is actually something that I could create something with, you know? But it's like Spirit saying, where can you connect to the learning that actually lights you up, that you're actually interested in, it's actually authentic to you? And what do you want to do with it? Because maybe there is an element of maybe even stepping into more of a speaker role, or as a guide, or as a teacher, or working with children, perhaps. Perhaps you're even wanting to start something that's more natural and constructive for the development of the consciousness of children, or where they're needing in their future. This is very soul-led work that you're about to step into. And it doesn't have to be children. That's just an example. However, with all this playful energy that I'm feeling, that's probably where it's coming from. And that could be you. But it could be, it's honestly, it's collective. So it just means that you're stepping into your essence, right? Your childlike fun, play, wonder for you. Like your joyful, what lights you up? What do you want to do in the world? And it's through that you really discover the magic of your becoming, the magic of your destiny, and the magic of where you belong, really. You also got the fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. Wow. So very much an inward process you're going through right now, collective. So if this is resonating with you, it may have been, yeah, this year has been intense. So most likely you've been through quite the amount of growth and challenge and obstacles. But more importantly, Spirit's saying, with coming back home into the self, regardless of what you went through, everyone is kind of being called to go within, to really, really honor the inner being and honor our authenticity, to feel safe to be you, to be safe in your soul spirit expression, because ultimately that's the most magical gift you could ever give to humanity, is to just be you. To know thyself is vital. To know thyself is a ever unfolding life's journey. And there's always seasons through life. There's always ups and downs. There's always twists and turns. There's always elements that kind of guide us more and more into the settling into where we truly belong, into your harmony. So you're being called, honestly, to really honor the self, go inward, really explore, well, what do you want? What really lights you up? Sometimes you just need to also experience that or find that out by experience, right? Experience more joy and fun and play and kind of, I'm doing this or doing that. And it will lead you to understanding, like, when you feel good, you are able to gift room to the aha moments of what you really want. But when you go within, which is also necessary, you also understand the inner being, and you're able to process or overcome what needs to overcome, or shift the mind and the limitations, right? Meditation is vital for the human development. It's within the quiet and the stillness, when we don't have so much noise and distractions and expectations pushing and pulling on our energy outside of you. You can't think through that. You can't obtain clarity through that. So it's really this kind of dual energy of, well, let's enjoy life. Let's re-believe in life, but also let's re-believe in the self, because clearly you have a soul's calling that you ultimately want to attain, that you ultimately want to explore. So it's about the learning so that you can teach, giving and receiving, connecting with what actually interests you so that you can pour that out for others, right? And be that guiding light for others, but it's aligned to you. So therefore it's joyful, it's uplifted. And it requires this inner process as well, this inner honesty, right? And the inner love, inner gratitude. You also got Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion, humanity. Beautiful. Exactly. It's about returning to all of the things that truly matter to you. You know, our relationships are gold, and our family is so important. Our friends are important, and that can be colored. It doesn't always have to be within your blood family. It can actually be soul tribe. It can be friendships. It can be new connections that you held or have, and they can become your family, right? Because this is where you're learning that what truly blooms your heart, because the rose is also a frequency of the heart, it is those divine connections. It is those genuine loving people. It's also those people that build you up and lift you up, you know, those people that are enjoyable to be around, you know, like you want good people around you that support you and are there for you to pick you up when you struggle, but they're also equally there to cheer you on when you succeed, right? Pure love supports the thriving of the other, regardless of what chapter they're going through in life. And that's where you're harmonizing into recognizing the self. Regardless of the chapter you're in life, are you loving yourself through it? Are you taking care of you? Are you honoring you? Are you being supported and excited for the self? Are you nurturing you when you need to heal and go through things of grief or loss? You know, be your greatest best friend. Be your cheerleader. And honor all those relationships outside of you, because when you're whole inside, then you can really be whole and show up for all of those outside of you, all the things outside of you. And you can also take the leaps and bounds into your dreams of your work, your career. It's like, yeah, I believe in this life. You know, we don't need to stay in the muck for forever. We have enough of that going on. Let's try to do something different, shall we? Let's try to switch up the energy. It's been intense. So let's try to do something that's a little bit more bright, a little bit more honoring of you. What do you want to do? You want to create something that's never been created before? Then even better, right? You want to have a farm? Do that. You want to have an animal rescue? Do that. You want to work with children? Do that. You want to work with plants? Do that. You want to guide a class? Do that. You want to speak your truth and be a spiritual healer? Do that. You want to travel and explore the world? Do that. You know, you just want to play games or do fun hobbies or chill with your buddies? Do more of that. But ultimately, bring the energy up, because that's what's going to heal you. That's what's going to make these shifts and these changes for the better. That's really going to spark you in that trajectory of what you really deserve, ultimately, right? Can't stay in the suffering for forever, or self-loathing or misery. You know, feel it, but then you move forward, right? Let's try to switch up the energy so that we can get through it. We can raise the energy again. We can come back together in community, maybe go to a dance class, maybe go to a comedy show, right? Go see some live music, go for a walk with some great friends, you know, have a games night. However you want to color it, just splash in a little more light and color and fun and inner fun and color and support, right? Just like we want those, or just like those we really love that we support, regardless of what they're going through, regardless of whether they're falling and they're in the worst part of their life or whether they're thriving and achieving, we support that. We're there for that, right? That is also you with you. Do that with you as well. So you've got victory and success coming in. Yeah. And this trumpet. I love this energy today because it's like, sing from the mountaintops. What is your soul song? What is your soul wanting to express? What is your being wanting to experience more of? You know, where can we pull out of this intense, heavy energy and kind of lift each other up and lift ourselves up out of the muck? Let's do greater. Let's create better. Let's nourish our bodies better. Let's harmonize with the natural world. Let's spend time with our friends and our family and our neighbors. Let's get to know our community. Let's be present in the moments, but let's also take the chance on yourself. Allow yourself to be seen, right? Have fun with you. Play with you. Take the pressure off for a minute. All the pressure and the expectation of like, I have to do this to be worthy. Just be you. Being you is worthy. Being you is ultimately what brings the success anyways. Like, being you is where you find your freedom. Honor your soul song, your expression. That is your success. That's why it says victory and success here. It's like your joy is the resonance of your success. And we know this. We know this through manifestation. We know this through understanding vibration, understanding the law of the universe, understanding the law of attraction, all of these things. We know this. Raise up the energy. Take a chance on you. Face those fears, right? Sing that beautiful heart song because we are waiting for it. We need it. We need to hear you. The world needs your voice. The world needs your magic. The world needs your uniqueness. World needs your joy and laughter and play and a little bit of calm, calm. So you got power. You're finding your power and your authority, and that will come through your joy. You are like stepping into a wiser element of you, and it's quite evident. So clearly you have a gift. Clearly you have a gift that either you've already started and you're waiting to emerge it, or you have a gift that you've been wanting to do, or something that you've been wanting in your life for a long time. That can be so many different things, but it's something that your being, your heart, your soul, the deep part of you has been really yearning for. So own your power and take it because it's here for you. Of course it is. You also got rest and rejuvenate. Exactly. So this is like, that's why you need the inner winter rest, right? Going within. Because you need to kind of allow yourself to be there for you, just like I said, in the hardest of times, as well as in the greatest of times. So with this element where Spirit's bringing in this rest, but they're clearly saying you have victory and success and power and all of these amazing things, this returning home, That's like Mother Rose humanity, doing things for humanity, but also this, you're hidden in plain sight. You're this mystery and this mysterious, beautiful, gifted soul. It's like that's the inner process. And sometimes when things crumble, it forces us to go within, which is important because only with going in, you know the self. And then you've got this outer. Allow your energy to be uplifted. Allow your vivaciousness, the color and exploration in what the possibilities are to bloom. Because that is the balance. It's like light and dark, right? That is the balance. That's what's bringing you into this newness. It's what's bringing you in to your higher timeline, into your soul's calling, into the work you actually want, into the relationship you actually want, the environment and experiences that you actually want. You can have it. You know, it's been so intense. We need to get out of this, intensity. So just pulling a little tarot on here just quickly for a clarifier. You got 3 of Pentacles. So clearly you have been working on something. And this could have been a collaboration with others that's been behind the scenes. Maybe it's been kind of slow, or you've wanted to kind of, take your time. But this is where you have been inward. You've been doing the inner work with self, but you've also been working on something that you want to implement outwards as well, or shift, or maybe a move that you're wanting to make, or maybe a creative endeavor, a project, a dream come true, a vocation of something that you're doing in an entrepreneurial way. It's like you have been doing the work. That's what's been rewarded, right? We can't receive anything without doing the work. You've been doing the work. It's being built. It has been built. Because what you got after that was Knight of Swords. That is like taking the chance, the leap, the faith on self, starting something new. I'm taking a run for it. I'm doing this. I know I've got my guides with me, the spiritual world with the bird. I'm taking flight. This is fast forward movement, running to my motorbike. Like, I got this. I'm whole. I'm powerful. I'm going for it. I've got the energy. I know who I am. I've gone within. Now I'm going to burst out. It's like allowing yourself to be seen. Because boom, Ace of Wands. This is like you realizing, like, my goodness, why did I stay stuck for so long? Why did I think I wasn't worthy? Why did I keep myself small? Why did I not allow myself to dream? How did I forget about my childlike fun, play, and wonder? How did I forget about my dreams? How did I forget about my aspirations? It's like this is where your third eye, the true you, lights up. You working in tandem with your higher self, being like, oh my God, we really got stuck in the mind there for a while. We really got stuck in a lot of like negativity because we were just paying attention to all this stuff that was just keeping my vibration low and keeping my mood low and my health low. And I felt like poo-pooey. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, boom. I'm going for it. I'm not staying in that. That's uncomfortable. I've been there. I'm good. I understand where I need to shift, what I need to shift, but now I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to trust my guides. I'm going to trust the truth of whom I am, knowing that I am divine. I am more than capable. I am powerful. I am a badass. I can do this. It's like this is your glow up era collective. This is like where you're recognizing the inward and the outward for its value, for its teaching, for what it's showing you. And it's rebirthing this new energy within you because you're like, oh my gosh, I actually am amazing. Of course I am. Yes. Learning that self-care and that inward love and knowing whom you are, that's what bursts the energy to be like, I know what I want to do. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to trust. I'm going to allow myself to choose better. I'm going to allow myself to receive better. I'm going to allow myself to believe that I can obtain better. Boom. Ace of Wands. Very nice. Very nice. We're going to pull, a final oracle just to close this out. Final oracle. Thank you, Spirit, just to close this out. Oh, actually many. One moment. I think like 4 of them fell. 3. Beautiful. 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 Yeah. Nice. Nice. So you got Scorpio, investigate. Exactly. Going deep within. Really understanding what's my truth. Was this an illusion that I was just trapped in fear? Yes. Could I actually obtain more? Right? The Scorpio energy is like the willingness to really dive deep, to really look beyond, to really trust the self, to dive into the deep unknown of our inner workings of our being, doing the shadow work, right? The introspective work. But also looking deeper, saying, where have I been manipulated into lack? Or where have I been tricked into a conditioning that made me think that I could never achieve what I would like or experience what I would like? Investigate. Investigate. Look at it. And just think, is this really true? Because if it's unkind, it's typically not true, right? Truth comes from the heart. You also got Aquarius, collaborate. This is like giving and receiving in harmony, collective. This is where you're realizing like, oh my gosh, there's all these great people that are also of like mind, that actually want better, achieve better, have aspirations, want better for themselves, the earth, humanity, right? They're more whole in themselves and therefore there's more wholeness outside, right? Authenticity attracts more authentic people. You're finding your soul tribe, but you're also collaborating with those who hold a similar vision, who want to ride right next to you. Wave of greatness emerging, a wave of being better, a wave of being saying, yeah, we all want better. We all want to be loved, seen, heard, and appreciated, but we also want less suffering. We also know that many things on the planet are not working. So what can we do within the self and together to change that narrative? Regardless of how it's colored, regardless of whether it has to do with the earth or animals or humanity or the self, how can you color that? Because it's learning and teaching, connecting to what you truly like. Therefore, you connect to all the people that are like, I'm right there with you. I agree. Let's do this. Let's do this and let's make greatness happen. And then you got sun, source. The sun. That's amazing. That's like one of the best cards in the deck. The sun is like shining bright in your own life, but also receiving so much bright. So much source energy. Clearly your guides are behind you. Anything that streams from the heart and authenticity and something that is of goodness, the highest good of you and that around you, that's always supported. That is always celebrated. It's like, hurrah. And with the inner work, right? The inner shadow work. Every time that you choose better for yourself and say, no, I don't need to think this way. I don't need to sabotage in these ways. I don't need to belittle or hold myself back in these ways. Celebrated. Sun energy. It's also knowing your worth and your value. The sun is like the solar plexus, your center sun, right? Will, ego, identity. Know thyself. I'm going to shine my authentic light out. I'm going to honor whom I am. I'm not going to wear a bunch of masks because I want to fit into whatever narrative is there. Clearly, that wasn't working. So no, I'm just going to be me. Because when I'm me, I attract all those who actually authentically appreciate me for me. It's like this radical, courageous sun Leo energy, right? Being bold, shining bright, being willing to shine, right? Not being fearful of success. Just shine your light, lead a good life. We need that. We need that in the world. We need you to do that, actually, collective. Because if you do that, that helps everyone. We need more wholeness. We need more authenticity. We need unity. We need those lights in the world. We need those change makers in the world. We need those who stream from their heart because they choose to do that for themselves. Powerful energy, collective. I love it. I'm so grateful. If you resonated with this, if you feel like something in you is just like, boom, I want to burst. I want to have joy. I want to have fun. I'm good. I've done the work. I don't want to be in the mud anymore. I want to celebrate. I want to do greatness. I want to receive greatness. I want to experience greatness. I choose me. I choose better for me every moment of every day. Then boom, yes, this is for you. Please like, share, comment, claim it. Comment some hearts below to be like, yep, I'm claiming my shine. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take a chance on myself. I'm going to leap and bound into the better. So, yeah, thank you. Much love and light. And yeah, we'll see you again soon.